everyone, my name is Yakshi Priya, and in today's video I'm going to be creating a page in my mini art journal. This was a journal that I created myself. The cover does have a holographic plastic on it, but you can't really see it, but the borders are holographic. I created this journal myself and I stitched in the signatures and made the cover and everything myself. I've already done the first page and I put a little note on the front in the cover, hello today, the world is beautiful. That's just a positive note to start off your art journaling. Whenever I open my book, I start off with a positive mindset and a positive feeling, positive vibes, and I go in with wanting to enjoy the creative process and not worry too much about the final result. So the reason why I created this mini art journal is because I wanted something small, small pages. This is mixed media paper, and I wanted to be able to create a page quickly. So this took me approximately 30 minutes. Now I have sped it up for the video purpose, but it took me approximately 30 minutes, and it's a quick thing. I could take 30 minutes and then just create a page in my art journal compared to my usual art journal, which takes me longer. So I'm using some Chiswick black ink, and I'm just using a musical note rubber stamp just to stamp on my background. Now, this is the background for the page. I haven't done anything else to the page. I'm just adding the musical notes in different directions over the page for the background. So usually I just use a blank piece of paper to wipe off my, or to stamp onto my, or use my rubber stamp on to clean it off. Now I'm using some artistry ink. Now this is the roasted chestnut color, and I'm just basically blending over the page in different areas. I'm not paying attention where I'm actually adding color. I just want to add some color to the page, retain some of the original color of the page as well, and darken some areas and lighten some areas, but just to add a bit of color to the background. I'm not trying to get too much of color in there, just a little bit. Now I'm deciding where to go next, because going into art journaling, you don't always have a plan. Sometimes it just happens once you look at your supplies. Once you find your focal point, you'll decide what you want to create. So I decided for this piece I wanted to use stickers because it's simple, it's quick, it won't take that long, and I have a variety of different stickers that I have with me. So I was looking for something, and I don't know why, but when I looked at this page, a yellow spoke to me. So I thought of a yellow butterfly for this page. So I went through my stickers and sticker collection and looked for things, or not things, but look for butterflies that are yellow. And I'm also got some of my stamps that are sticker stamps that I have as well. So I was looking through those as well. So I was going through my stash of different stickers, and I came up with these stamps that are, these are actually transparent around the image of the foliage of the leaves, but it does have a border of the stamp. So initially I thought of using these, but I did have the idea that I wanted to use the yellow butterfly. So I was like, okay, but now that's not really going to go with the yellow butterfly. So I think I spent more time going through the entire or going through my stash and trying to pick things and see what works and what doesn't, what speaks to me, what doesn't. And I think that's what took me more time than the actual creating this piece or actually putting it together. So then I decided to look for another butterfly, because I was not happy with that one. Even though it had a transparency around it, I wanted something else. So this is the one that I chose. And yeah, I wanted to put the other one, but I don't know why. I just didn't, I just like that one to use for this page. So yeah, I tried putting other butterflies as well and repositioning everything. Now this is the thing with art journaling. Art journaling is something that's more intuitive, and it goes on your feelings and what you're thinking at the moment, and it can change all the time depending on what your mood is, on what you're, sometimes just looking at your different supplies can give spark inspiration or give you an idea, or can change your whole thing. You may decide you initially want to do something yellow, and you may suddenly decide, no, but I want to do something green, or use a green butterfly. Now for me, yellow is not usually a color that I gravitate towards, but in this case I really wanted to do this page with the yellow butterfly, and I kept on bringing that other initial butterfly back. I don't know why, but I didn't like that butterfly, but I kept bringing it back. But yeah, looking back at the footage now, I just don't like that butterfly. For this piece, it didn't look good. It's not bad, nothing wrong with the butterfly, it just doesn't go with what I wanted for this piece. But anyway, back to the project. I came up with these other stamps that I've got, which are just stamps for the background, and it got some flowers on it. So I went looking for something that it has a bit of yellow in it, and one that's got a bit of white in it, just to break up that yellow. I don't want everything to be yellow. And I decided I wanted to use those in my final piece as well. So then I decided to take one of the scrap pieces of paper that I had left over from making the cover for this mini journal, and I used my jelly roll just to write inspiration is everywhere, because at the stage of the page that I was working on, I was feeling like I couldn't find inspiration. But then I realized that I can look at my own artwork with my sketchbooks and my paintings and my drawings, look out the window, look at the birds, look at the plants, and anything can give you inspiration. Even things inside your studio or inside your house can inspire you. So inspiration is everywhere. So I decided which font I wanted to use, and I preferred the second one, so I just went with that one. And then I was just deciding how I'm going to place everything. So I looked at the previous one and just was trying to figure out how do I want it to, how do I want to place them, where do I want everything to be, what I'm going to actually use. And then I decided that I'm going to just cut up that sign and spread it out, so it'll be inspiration is everywhere in two pieces. So first I was going to put them into one corner, and that was what I was going to do, but then I changed my mind later, you'll see. But yeah, this is what art journaling is all about. It completely takes your mind off any stress that you have and anything that's bothering you. It really helps you to relax and calm your mind, and just because you just focus on your creating process, because you're looking at different images, you're thinking what you're going to use, and sometimes it can be overwhelming as well, but don't let it get overwhelming. Just enjoy the creation process or the creating process, and just it helps you to calm your mind, and it helps you to just relax and like forget your worries, your stress, anything that you have. It helps you to also focus, and you can think clearer when you're done with your art journaling page. So it really helps for a lot of reasons, and yeah, I really enjoy art journaling for this reason. I actually started art journaling, I think it was April 2022 when I started it, and I mean, I have to say that it has really improved my mind as well, with how I go approach my art as well, how I approach anything, even life. So it really helps to work on your with art journaling. So definitely, if you want to try this out, it's a simple process. You can use any thing you have. You don't have to have stickers, you don't have to have stamps. You can just draw it on. You can use magazine cutouts. If you've got some scrapbook paper, you can have a cutout there. If you've got images cut out from some other scrapbooks, or any images from a book or anything that you have, you can use that as your focal point. So you don't need to have all the supplies that I am using here. You don't have to have stickers. This just is a simple way of having, I mean, you get a lot of stickers in one pack. So yeah, and usually you get 2 of each, so that's a good thing. So these are something that you can use a lot. If you just get one pack, you can use it for a long time. But yeah, I prefer to pack all my stuff away, or all the little things, put them all back into their packaging, so I know where to find them when I'm looking for them in the future. I just don't want anything to get lost or get messed with paint or anything. But usually my desk is covered in supplies when it comes to the paints and pens and everything. But the individual stickers and stuff, they all stay in their packaging as I'm working. So now I'm going in with my black fine liner, and I'm just going around the border of the page. Now this fine liner, it does, when you do go over it with water, it's going to smudge. So it doesn't, it's not permanent and it's not waterproof. It's going to smudge. But I didn't really bother about it too much, because I'm going to use some watercolors. At this point I was just doing some borders around writing and around the page. I wasn't really paying attention too much to how I'm drawing the lines or anything. I did some splashes with some black watercolors around the entire page, and then I was just drawing that off, and then I was deciding what I'm going to do next. So like I said, art journaling is a very intuitive process. As you go along, you'll think of ideas and you want to add things or change things, or use different mediums. Maybe you'll suddenly decide you want to use markers, or you want to use pens, or you want to use paints. It's something that just happens as you go along, and that's just what art journaling is. So now I decided to go around the butterfly with some of that same pen ink, and then yeah, I made that a bit too dark on the left side, and then I decided, no, you know what, let me just spread some black around the rest of the page because the page looks too incomplete. So I added some black watercolor around the edges, around the page as well, around the images, and I just started darkening up some of those areas. So I thought that really brings the piece complete, or brings it together, creates a bit of a messy look, but that's what I was going for this piece, or that's what I decided to go for. And you can see I'm starting to add some black watercolor around in different places. Where I feel it's too much, I just dab it off with a paper towel, and you can see I'm just adding some colors, or not colors, but adding some black watercolor in different areas of the page, and then really darkening those edges of the border and the corners. So I'm just drying that off, and even as I'm drying, I'm still thinking what I could add more of, and I decided to add some white splashes with some white watercolors. So you can see me just adding some of them. The white watercolor is not going to be that, it is quite opaque, the watercolor that I'm using, but it's not as visible on this page as the black is, but you do see it here and there, and wherever it just splashed onto the words, I just dab it off and it's gone. So yeah, I'm just drying that off. And I think that's it for this particular one. I think I'm happy with it. Usually I need to look at it, and yeah, I think I'm happy with it. That is, just look at the cover again and then look through the previous pages, and then it helps me to decide that, no, do I think this page is complete? And yeah, I think it's complete. So there's the final page. So remember, inspiration is everywhere, so you can get inspired anywhere and with anything. So yeah, I'm happy with this final page. I just decided to add a bit of some color to the edge of the page there. It was looking a bit too white, and yeah, this is why I kept this little journal. I made this little journal just to have quick pieces like this that doesn't really take me time. Like I said, you didn't have to use stickers. You could use any cutouts from magazines, papers, books, scrapbook paper, anything you have, you could use. Now, I usually have this art journal, which I also created myself with stencils and texture paste and some chipboard and paint. Now this one here is a bigger sketchbook, and this one usually takes longer to work on the pages because I have a lot of writing to get out, and my thoughts and just certain inspirational words I have, and I add a lot of different mediums and different things to these pages. So this one does usually take me longer to work on these pages. So you can have single pages or you can have double page spreads, it's up to you. But yeah, that's the one I use for longer art journaling sessions, and then this is for something quicker that I just want to spend a little time doing something simple and not too complex and not to feel too overwhelmed, and it lays flat, which is very important for me for a art journal. Even for a sketchbook, it must lay flat. So I guess that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to like and share. Feel free to comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Till the next one. Bye.